Munya, what are you doing?
Oh, Victor, hi. I was just checking for sharp objects.
Oh, so you weren't doing push-ups in the knowledge that we're about to be topless?
Victor, please, okay? I'm not one of these vain guys who just sits there shamelessly posing like a Greek god, okay? That's not what I do. Hello, I'm Munya Chawawa, and this is Deep Issue Massage, the show that tackles deep issues and deep tissues. Today's guest is the entertainer who's been co-signed by the likes of Lil Nas X and Doja Cat and was described by Vogue as fashion's favorite TikTok star. Oh, look at me, fashion.
Why did you say it like that?
How many catwalks you done?
None.
I walk my cat every day. It's Victor Kunda! Yes! Woo! Hey, throw me the whoa. Oh, throwing it back.
Can we go for this massage, or?
Yes, massage, okay, after you. Just...
Are you copying my walk?
No, that's just my natural gait.
Okay, just making sure.
Victor, welcome to heaven, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
So this part of the interview is called facial expressions. Basically, we get a facial massage, we have a chat. So, let the handem see the mandem. So Victor, I was born in 1992.
Damn! I'm sorry.
Do you remember Vine?
Yes, of course I remember Vine.
Bro, Vine, OGs remember Vine.
One of my favorite ones is from this viner called Krish, and he always used to do this indie singer, which actually was the inspiration behind my indie singer.
Is it?
Where he was like, welcome to my kitchen. We have bananas and avocados.
That's hilarious to me because I remember when I was at uni, the time that I would know it was time to go home was when I started to hear jealousy turned into the law. You know that song?
Oh, yeah, I know that song. So was that your rounding up song at your parties in uni?
Basically, that was my uni's idea of bashment. What was young Victor like?
Still who I am today. Like, he was kind of just a clown, like the class clown, just making everyone laugh, his peers, even the teachers. Like, my teachers couldn't stay mad at me for too long.
Do you want to explain what the hell you were thinking getting reposted by Doja Cat?
I'm not gonna act like I didn't expect her to acknowledge the video, because me in doing that, I was quite strategic with it anyway. So, you know, seeing her comment, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you know, cool. I was expecting this anyway. But then when I woke up one day and my friend literally called me, I was like, Victor, you're on Doja Cat's Instagram. I quite rudely just hung up the phone on her because I had to go and see it straight away. But honestly, that moment was like so surreal.
What's your most surreal experience been?
I was in LA doing the junkets for Jordan Peele's new movie, No. And before interviewing Kiki Palmer, Daniel Kaluya had to leave the studio because my interview was solo.
You had to get out?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then as he was leaving, he looked at me, he was like, bloody hell, you're everywhere, blood. Like, man, seeing your face everywhere. And I'm just sat there, nervous as hell, preparing my notes, like, like what?
Wow. So Victor, my last question here is, I want to know the secret to perfecting the Newcastle accent. How have you mastered that?
So, in my younger years, Geordie Shore was my favorite show. So literally it was just years of watching Geordie Shore. So we're here getting a massage. It feels proper good on my face, like.
Okay, let me try that.
Okay.
All right, on my face.
that is so yardy.
Well, Victor, you keep getting those cheeks massaged, and we'll be back after this short break. Victor, would you mind helping me with this, please?
Yeah, sure. What do I need to do?
Okay, just read what's on the paper. Don't ask me any questions, and don't look at me in the eyes. Thank you.
Okay.
Have you ever looked at Munya Chihuahua's skin and thought, wow, he looks like a freshly buttered scone glistening in the summer's breeze?
Doesn't make sense.
Look, can we not question my genius, please?
Well, that's because he uses Harry's face lotion. Healthy, soft skin for you and the mandem.
Sorry, what's the mandem?
It's a little thing called poetry, mate, all right? Pottery. Look it up.
After applying a few precious pumps each morning, Munya skips out his mansion smelling of shea butter and mint.
You mean he has the jawline of a Greek god and smells great? He really does have it all. This just doesn't feel necessary.
Hey, Victor, I don't tell you how to model.
Thank God.
Sorry?
They say this guy never sleeps. Well, I can't tell. Must be because of Harry's eye cream. Formulated with algae and seaweed extracts, dark circles and thin lines appear reduced.
Just like my chances of getting lucky when Munya's around. Yeah, well, I'm 6'4" and you're 5'6", so...
5'7" in Air Forces. Just read the last line.
Harry's face lotion and eye cream. For a face I could only dream of. You know what? I'm done.
Boom, killed it. Hey, they're going to be calling me Marilyn Monroe after this, bro. So, Victor, this part of the interview is called Pressure Points. When you look at your profile and look at you as a person, you're very jolly. You're a happy guy, you know, you enjoy life, enjoyment.
Enjoyment.
But what stresses Victor Kunda out?
Victor is a huge overthinker. So like in all of the jolliness, there's a, you know, just a little insecure person just screaming in there. You know, it's not easy to just be so carefree and, you know, not think about what other people are thinking. So I'd say that's the biggest thing that stresses me.
Everyone has like a thing about them that they're really conscious of.
Yeah.
You know, like even to be like an introvert, sometimes just as a guy, I feel like you're not really supposed to be an introvert. Do you know what I mean? Like a quiet man is a weak man. Do you ever get that?
Yeah, obviously I don't agree. Because I just don't think, you know, being loud asserts your, you know, masculinity in any way. However, I do still succumb to that, but I'll be loud in like a funny way. You know, I'm constructively loud.
Something that put you off your love of acting and music was this stigma. What do you mean by that?
Being a boy doing performing arts, you were literally a minority. Or if you were doing music in my school, you were rapping. And I had some pipes on me, so I was singing. And yeah, you know, I guess I was just afraid of, you know, just having my masculinity questioned or just, you know, seeming effeminate.
I get what you're saying about the music and drama, because I remember like when I did my Unknown P character, I was channeling like a flamboyant sort of upper class, you know, member of like the I think they call it the bourgeoisement or something like that.
Oh, the bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
That was how I portrayed it. And I remember it was posted on a meme page and everyone was like, oh, this is so camp and this is that, and you know, this is not the first posh draw rapper, it's the first gay draw rapper, and it was so derogatory and negative. And you know, same way when I initially started doing my singing videos, I know that at times people are like, oh, this is mad cringe, it's mad cringe. And I know what was actually being said is, this isn't what a man should do.
Yeah.
This isn't how a man should act. And I thought to myself, man, do you know what? We need to ease up a little bit, because this little cookie cutter shape we've made of masculinity, it can't run for everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't fit everyone, literally. I even remember like when I first started out, like even wearing wigs. Although, you know, I did it effortlessly, I still felt quite uncomfortable. Like some of my friends, they'd be like, what, like certain men are still wearing like wigs on the TL. And I'm just kind of like, if, you know, my own friend is saying this and like, this is literally what I'm using to try and, you know, put myself out there, then should I really be putting myself out there? And, you know, you have the moments where you're just like, is it worth it? Should I really be doing this? But just having like such a strong sense of self in your content and in your ideas and, you know, the gift that you've been given to create should surpass basically anyone's opinion.
So you said that when you were growing up, your, you know, childhood and teenage years, they were a little tricky and it was tough and it was heavy. How has it shaped who Victor is today? And what are some of those sides of your life, of your career that people don't know about?
You know what? I feel like for a large part of my life, I did have a wall. because like even basically when I went to uni, like I was just going through it and I kind of like would isolate myself from like everyone, and I feel like that was just my wall of just, you know, not wanting to face myself, so I'm just not gonna face anyone. But as, you know, as I like just came to terms with myself and like started getting out a bit more, that wall definitely went down. And, you know, I'm just now on this journey of just, you know, gaining a sense of self and, you know, just loving myself in terms of like when it comes to things that are just pure love. Yeah. I have nothing but love to give. So whenever someone else is giving me love, like I just take it and I run with it.
As a black man, how would you feel about the idea of therapy?
Oh, I'm so here for it. Especially in the black community. I feel like a lot of people need it.
Yeah.
A lot of the parents need it. Because they themselves have had experiences in their childhood that have shaped them to be who they are. And it's crazy because they almost justify it. Like, you know, no, that was training me to be who I am today. Babe, that was abuse. And you need to unpack that. Even on TikTok, you know, we just have this culture where we can just make, you know, a joke out of our trauma, which I feel like is also a good coping mechanism because it does really help you see, you know, the joy in hard times.
When it comes to therapy, I will openly say that, you know, Kendrick Lamar's last album really did encourage me to go to therapy. And I remember literally waking up one day, and it was probably the day that the album dropped, and coincidentally, the thought I'd had was, damn, I actually didn't get rid of any of the problems I thought I'd got over during my teenage years, my childhood, my early adult life. It's like I just looked behind me and I thought I'd been throwing them over my shoulder. I had been throwing them over my shoulder, but onto like a sledge behind me. Yeah. So I was still carrying all of it.
Yeah, and it's crazy the way it shows itself, you know, it almost like bops back up to the surface in different aspects of your life, and like, you know, in like relationships especially, you know, that's where you find yourself like reacting to something in a way that you're just like, wait, why did I even react to it like that? But it's because so subconsciously there's that trauma that, you know, you haven't actually fully faced, but it's still just there, just boiling in the background.
Yeah. Kendrick, if you're watching this, not only thank you for the therapy, but shout me for the album still.
Yeah, come get a deep issue massage, my bro.
Well, Victor, it's time for the last part of the interview, and I'm just going to need you to place your face in this wide hole. 3, 2, 1. Right. So, Victor, this part of the show is called Chop Chop. We will receive the signature Kung Fu Chop treatment whilst receiving questions from your fans. So, let the chopping commence. Which did you prefer making, Industry Baby or Old Town Road?
Old Town Road.
What would you do if someone came up to you and gave you a pea?
Eat it.
Victor, what's your favourite part of the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
I've never watched it.
What? Someone asked, would you like a cucumber, jam and butter sandwich?
Absolutely not.
Well, that's Jamie Oliver's next recipe out the window. What's your favourite Greta Thunberg quote?
Who is that?
What? What is your favourite TikTok dance, and can you perform it with your face?
Oh, the jiggle one.
Go on then, do it with your face. I'll sing the song. My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It falls. I want to see you wiggle, wiggle. For sure. It makes me want to, you know, riding in a Fiat. You really got to see it. And time.
I just feel so zen.
I'd say that this interview has been a victory.
When can I leave?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's been Victor Kunda. I've been Munya Chawawa, and this is Deep Issue Massage. Woo! Do